Hello there. My name's David Finn, and I'm gonna eat this burrito on film and read you guys your power rankings for the quarterway point of the 2024 season. Need to get a beverage. I am on multiple PEDs right now. I just smoked a bowl, and I also was just diagnosed with contact dermatitis. I think I got some poison oak or something, so I just took some oral steroids, which are known to increase your appetite, so I think I'm going to be eating the whole thing here. Ugh. Okay, let's do this. One thing I really respect about Freebirds is they know how to fold. I haven't eaten for like 20 hours, so this tastes pretty good. Okay, so power rankings. When you're undefeated, kind of deserve to be number one. But Tab's team looks amazing so far, scoring tons of points. Got heavy investment in the Dolphins, high flying offense. Things are looking pretty good there at the moment. Had some notes here, but I lost them. Yeah, I wanted to draft Herbert, but I pussied out. So now Tab has the best QB this year. I don't. I have Joe Burrow, so that's cool. But yeah, just a really consistently high-scoring team so far. Running backs are good. Kelsey's barely even scratched the surface of things. David Montgomery's been a steal. So yeah, got to give it to Tab here. Need to combine my browser shit here. All right, number two, I'm actually going a little bit off the radar, and I'm going to say bogey here, despite the 2-2 record. One second. Despite the 2-2 record, you got Cooper Kupp coming back to join Devontae Adams. Ayuk, who's been amazing, and Keenan Allen. That's just like, that's scary, man. Cousins has been surprisingly good, honestly. Running backs are a little uninspiring, I would say, but just can't get that four-headed monster receiver out of my head, to be honest with you. Burrito, check. We're doing pretty good so far. So yeah, bogey, seems kicking ass. Good job. Number three, I'm gonna go with Ben Frederick's team. Feel like there's a lot of potential. It's still kind of lingering here with like Jamar Chase not being total shit. James Cook maybe scoring some touchdowns occasionally. And then I think Puka's the real deal. I think he's going to be top 15 the rest of the year. So team's pretty stacked. Going to have to pick a quarterback at some point, but I do like the options that he has hoarded. You got like Jordan Addison and Gibbs, 2 rookies, probably going to get better as the season goes on. So I think that's going to be a solid team. All right. At 4, I guess I'll say Casey. I don't really want to, but that's kind of what the numbers say here. I mean, Bijan looks really good. He isn't even scoring touchdowns yet, and he's still 6th overall. So that's probably going to continue to be a thing. Lucked out with some good hits later in the draft on receivers with Evans and, excuse me, I'm filming here. Evans and Hollywood Brown. Even Mostert's been obviously great. I don't think that's going to keep up necessarily, and Hurts. So pretty solid. Not a lot of guys on the bench that I really like. But yeah, pretty solid. I don't even know if I really believe in this team, but based on how they're scoring and where they're at now, we'll say that. Okay. All right, number 5, I'm going with Bruton. What do I like about Bruton's team? Lamar Jackson's good. Eckler's coming back, although I'm not sure how good he's going to be coming off that ankle sprain. But gotta like Eckler if he's back to his old self. So pissed about that Sam Laporta thing. I should have just drafted him instead of letting you steal my strategy. But say love you. I think the receivers are going to keep getting better with like McLaurin and DJ Moore and yeah. Hi, dude. Yeah, I don't even really know how much I like this team, but yeah. Okay. 6th, I'm going to go with Tim. 3-1 record. I like Josh Allen. What can I say? I like Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. I like Pacheco. I think Breece Hall is going to start to kick it into high gear a little bit, coming off his workload restrictions, and hopefully the Jets figuring some stuff out. As usual, Tim has no bench running backs of note, so that's a thing. Got Hawkinson. Anybody that has a tight end this year, honestly, it's just like blessings to you. So yeah, gonna go with Tim here. Hopefully not gonna do good this week though. All right, 7, I've got Paul Amara. What do I like about Paul Amara? 3-1. 2 has been a huge steal. You've seen his ceiling. It's crazy. It's pretty much as high as Josh Allen or any of the other top QBs. Burrito check. Running backs, I like Jacobs. I think he's going to keep getting better. Kenneth Walker's been scoring touchdowns like nobody's business. I don't know how well that keeps up, but I do think that's a very solid running back tandem. Receivers leave quite a bit to be desired. But Garrett Wilson, what can you really do about that? Tutu may or may not be a thing this year when Cup comes back, but he's been good so far. Jaden Reed, kind of a sleeper for later in the year, but I don't know. Ah, shit, I just got a burrito on my laptop. Oh my God. Michael Thomas sucks ass. Enjoy having him on your team. Oh boy. Yeah. Baltimore's team could go either way. Some stuff I like, some stuff I don't like. All right, so now we are in the back half of the ratings. I'm going to give Brett the spot here just because I think there's a lot of potential. Obviously, Jefferson's still Jefferson. Main variable here is Jonathan Taylor. If he comes back and starts playing like a top 5 running back, then the team is going to be, solid in win weeks. Other than that, though, it's a lot of busts. Like, you haven't liked the Justin Fields experience. You haven't liked Ramondre. You haven't liked Kittle. You haven't liked Najee Harris. You haven't liked any of the dog shit bench players. So, very lacking in depth. Kind of hold it together with those two guys. If those two guys don't produce as expected, then it's going to be cruising down the rankings quickly here. All right, 9, I'm going with Bill. Having McCaffrey on your team is nice. Not a ton on the remaining starting lineup that really jumps out, but Pierce probably, if Houston keeps doing good, he'll continue to be good. Olave, if his yards start actually turning into scores soon, he's going to be doing quite well. I could see Watson bouncing back. Waller's just been gross, total bust. But, yeah, McCaffrey, plus if any of those other, 3 or 4 core guys work out, could be good. And then you got Brock Purdy, who's, very consistent 15 points, which I would die for at this point. All right, 10, go with Stan. Got me pretty good last week. Running backs are pretty nice, especially if we're gonna get end of year Derrick Henry every other year. Swift's been a steal. Got this combo of big name receivers that aren't really performing, like Higgins and Metcalf, but then guys like Nico Collins and Davis are actually doing pretty decent. Goddard's been a mess. James Conner, dude, that guy's a freaking beast, honestly, with the Arizona situation. He's still doing really well. So, I like the depth of this team a lot, actually, but just Russell Wilson as a starter leaves a lot to be desired, and just with the way the Bengals have been going, when's Higgins going to get together, etc. But solid team. All right, 11, I'm going with Wilbur. Like, this team should be good. The receivers especially, like, they're doing good, but, like, not what you expect when they're, like, the hallmarks of your team. Them being C.D. Lamb and St. Brown. Made a mess there. Hey, Ziggy, come here. Only a couple more bites. Zig, get that. Zig's helping me out with like half of one bite. Yeah, it's Goff. I don't think is really a starting caliber guy. The running backs aren't inspiring. Cooper's been good, and honestly, like Rashad White's been okay too. But they're on bye this week, but generally feel pretty solid about both of them. Then the rest of the bench is pretty mid. So yeah, if CD and Amon-Ra start both having, 25 points a week at the same time or something like that, like this team could win games for sure. But the running backs have pretty low ceilings, I would say, and Goff's low ceiling too. All right, 12. I'm going with Pylon. Honestly, sucks that Chubb got hurt because, yeah, losing your first round pick is never good. The rest of the running backs are like pretty gross. Javonte hasn't been up to snuff. Antonio Gibson, Roschon Johnson, like pretty brutal. Like maybe the worst in the league, I would say. The receivers I do kind of like. Brown and Ridley. I feel like Ridley's going to get it going sooner than later. But don't love Deshaun Watson at all. Don't love these bench pieces. Ferguson's been like a decent surprise, I would say. But yeah, on the whole, not really going to compete with the upper echelon teams without a first round pick producing. So yeah. All right, I think this is my last bite. All right, in time check, I think it was like, that was 18 minutes to eat that whole thing. So that was pretty sick, I gotta say. Oh boy, really full. Didn't want to say anything while I was going through it. Speak that into existence, but I'm sure you could probably tell. Anyway, let's finish these power rankings up. After Pylon, I have my team, which like Joe Burrow is, I can't even remember the last time this is an actually good guy like this has ever strung together a stretch of being this fucking pathetic. I saw it was the worst fantasy losses against expectation of any player in the last like 3 seasons over a 4-game stretch. So that's been sweet. Tony Pollard's been like used the way I was expecting him to, but he's not scoring and not being efficient, so that's been shitty. Jalen Waddle's been a huge bust. Lost Dobbins. Madison's been terrible, fumbleitis, like he's gonna lose his job to Cam Akers soon. Tyler Lockett, one good game, fuck that guy, super boomer bust, not looking super involved. Jerry Jeudy, Broncos, say less, fucking loser, can't even score a touchdown when you got like randoms, like Mims scoring on their one touch a game. No tight end to speak of. Been just swinging and missing on bullshit tight ends. Ken Gainwell was a fucking awful use of a lot of fab when he looked like the Eagles running back for 1 week. Zach Moss, honestly, thank you for your service, my dude. Zach Moss has been awesome. I don't think he's going to be awesome anymore, but I'm going to hold on to him to find out. Lotto ticket, Jameson Williams could be good. But yeah, this team fucking sucks. I think I'm averaging like 90 points a game and somehow have 2 wins. So maybe if somehow these players all start to do good at the same time, I can make the playoffs, but not looking promising. And lastly, not leastly, but actually least, Huff Hines. I mean, 0-4, you are what your record says you are to an extent. Like, I actually really don't mind the team. Mahomes, like, should be good. He's been a huge bust at ADP, but he's still getting you 20 a game. Aaron Jones, Kamara, and Saquon, like, that should be a stud trio, but it's just not right now. 2 of the guys dealing with injury. Kamara, who the fuck knows? I feel like Derek Carr's a fantasy terrorist. The receivers are meh as fuck. Sutton, Christian Kirk's been solid, I guess. Chris Godwin's been solid, unspectacular. Zach Ertz, one of the bullshit tight ends I've done some testing with. And then you got like Chark and some bullshit running backs at the end of the bench. So considering the fact I beat Huffines, I'm going to give him the last spot rather than me, even though I'm pretty sure I'm the lowest points in the league by almost 30 points. So there we have it, guys. Side bet week 2023. That was honestly delicious and easy and would recommend it as a wager for anybody. All right, peace.